Yeah, Spencer Marshall, my wife Helene.
I'm Helene Marshall. My husband is the most passionate beekeeper on the planet. It's true.
At one point, maybe 30 years ago.
You wouldn't do it if you weren't passionate about it. You like the challenge, and you want to get the perfect hive with the perfect queen, with the perfect population, in the perfect location, with the perfect honey, and you want them to be survivors.
Yeah, and then you throw in the real world. It's like a painter that likes to use red and green, but you can't buy it at the store.
Yeah, but it's a challenge. So what are you doing to meet this challenge of keeping bees in 2012?
Well, I'm working a lot harder than I ever had to work, starting in the past, since all these new pathogens have come into this country. It's so much harder just to maintain than it used to be. It used to be simple. Put out a box, you had bees. It was just as simple as pie. They filled it up. You lose maybe 2 or 3% a year. And you go, oh my God, I lost 3% of my bees. That's terrible. And now if you lose 50%, you feel, God, I only lost 50% this year.
So why don't you give it up?
Well,
a lot of people have given it up. Why don't you give it up?
I'm going to give it up when my body can't do it anymore.
But why have you been called to meet the challenge and try and get perfection in these difficult times?
It's just something I couldn't get away from. It wouldn't leave me. I fell in love with them, and I could never give it up.
Sounds like what you said to me once.
Same thing. It's a different creature.
But don't you feel blessed because your passion has also become your profession, and you can try and that's why this woman is here right now. You can be someone living in a canyon in a trailer house and keep bees and have passion, but if you don't have someone to help you, partner with you, market, sales, distribute, all that, then it doesn't go anywhere. Because you can only do so much in one day. As a beekeeper, I'm running, 16 hours a day. There would be no time for marketing, sales. But that's why we have Marshall's Farm honey, as opposed to you just doing it as a hobby or strictly.
Absolutely.
It's become...
Or a much lower scale.
Yeah.
But my great-grandmother kept bees in Yellowstone. My grandmother kept bees in Oregon, and so I was around bees. So I observed them. I wasn't a beekeeper with them, but I observed them, I was around them. And one day, a friend of mine said, somebody gave me 20 hives of bees. Let's go pick them up. I got a pickup. Didn't have no equipment. We had no smokers. We had nothing. We just went there in the middle of the day and picked up these hives. I got stung at least 500 times. And for some reason, I liked the challenge of it. Never stopped. Can I say?
I'm just a city girl who met my cowboy. And I admire anybody who is passionate about what they do and can explore their passions even when it's so difficult, as in the case of keeping bees today.
Well,
it's adverse. A lot of people have given it up. A lot of big-time professional beekeepers have just thrown in the towel and said, we're not doing this anymore.
The word that really covers it is sustainable. I mean, that's such an incredible word. It really says it all. I mean, yeah, you can sustain it for 10 years. Maybe, somehow you can sustain it for 20 years. But is it sustainable for survival of a species? And if we keep going the way we're going, just looking at the bees, they're telling us, whether we're doing it right or wrong. And what the message I'm getting back from the bees is, we're not doing it right. We got to change the way we're doing it. And hopefully we'll get some leaders that